great one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And what a great game that was to watch last week, because he put on a show in the wild card round with 5 touchdown passes. So if you ever want to see what a hot quarterback looks like, watch that tape. Let's see if that same hot quarterback shows up in this one.
And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Fields now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Burns. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. This is fielded at the 27. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It was actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Now, that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. But sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Jackson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I don't think anyone would argue argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They run once more with Taylor, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Lamar Jackson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Now for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Able to avoid him at the 40. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third down, Fields. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. To this point, they delivered.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Pick six last drive. Here's Fields again. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
But they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Burns. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And here's Jake Bailey now. It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for it?
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 28 yards. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Going right back to Fant. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably...
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd and 9, Fields. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Fields. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st down, it's Burns. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 3rd down, Cleary down to the 25. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before they have.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. You talk about rookies having big statistical years. He had a boatload of these in the regular season, more than one per game, and now he has his first here in the playoffs.
And it shows off his big playability, too, because we saw this quite a bit in college, and it certainly continued here at the next level. Another explosive play for a guy who's made them all season long.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. Burns. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burns. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the 44, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Fields. Flush to his right. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fields throwing again. That's complete to Mooney. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Fields again. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster from 4 yards out. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's airing it out for Williams. It got his man complete. Trying to tiptoe the pile. But they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Fields throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. 1 second, all that remains. He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, it's Taylor. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Running left, Taylor. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Jackson. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. It's the fullback with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Fields on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Burns. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Now a handoff up the middle. Cleary. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. That's pulled in at the 32. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Back to Taylor on first down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like...
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 77 yards. And the Bears are able to at least get one score back. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his second TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Jackson now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson forced out to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Now Jackson on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Lions are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Chase Young bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Oh, nice move. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jackson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jackson. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamar Chase. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The offense on third down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burns. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. A shotgun snap. Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for...
And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 82 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run here with Taylor. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Extra point attempt to come here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said,
Fields hit and the ball is loose. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And one last throw here for Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Burns. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Lions, as we say.